For Friday, November 24, 2017, it's Around Midnight with the Local Boys. I am Joe Carbonetta. I've got Todd Fluker and Chevelle Devine sitting right here with me. And how are you guys doing tonight? Full?
How come I can't hear me?
I don't know. How come we can't hear you?
Check.
And we're having problems in full effect.
I think you're adjusting my mic when you think you're adjusting his mic.
You know, that could be too. Let's try that.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
I just can't win.
We gotta put a bullet in this board. That's what we need to do. This poor mixing console has seen its better day. All right. Anyway, we are live for Friday night. You can give us a call 951-356-6882.
Black Friday.
Maybe we should run out and buy ourselves a new audio console, huh?
Just a thought.
Today would be the day.
I wonder what kind of a deal you can get on one. You know what? If you're Best Buy and you want to give us a deal tonight, give us a call. The number is 951-356-6882. Are you going to complain about free equipment?
We're going to get it for free?
They're
I
going
ain't
to give us
complaining
like
about nothing.
like a tuner, and we're going to have to like jerry-rig it more than this thing here. They're going to come in here with like one of those Insignia, I don't know, knockoff things or something.
Insignia? What is he talking about?
That's the Best Buy brand.
They could be our next sponsor.
Wait.
Personally, I enjoy Insignia brand products. Ding.
Wait. Let's not go off the
To be
rails
fair,
here
though,
because they're not sponsoring us
If
yet.
they want to give us
aren't?
like a couple of 4K televisions, we
I
could
heard
have a
somebody say they were
conversation
coming
about
in and
that.
giving us a mixing board.
What?
You said that.
I said if. If. The key word was if. That was the operative word in that sentence. Anyway, so CJ, you were saying you are full.
Yeah, I'm full, man.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, real good.
Yeah?
Lots of turkey, ham, other such fowl we're eating.
Wait, ham's not a fowl.
What?
You never heard of flying pigs?
Oh, boy. Wow, really? We're going there already? All right. Yeah, I'm not even sure where to go with that. But anyway, there's a million different ways you can get a hold of us tonight if you want to be part of our conversation. Like I said, we are live, 951-356-682. You can, of course, join in to the chat, which is taking place right now.
Ooh.
In fact, I see we have something here from Kelly already that says... should have just left his mic off. Oh, apparently they didn't want to hear from you, CJ.
Ooh, burn.
Yeah. Okay. Keep talking.
Anyway,
I know where you live.
Todd, why don't you enlighten everybody as to the other ways that they can reach us this evening?
Oh, of course. You can always hit us on the Facebook group, facebook.com/Mixified Radio, or go ahead and send us an e-snail mail. You know, who emails anymore? But you could send us an email at mixified@gmail.com, or you could hit us up at our
Carrier pigeon.
Twitters. Let's go ahead and boom, put Chevelle's Twitter on there, at Chevelle Devine. Go ahead and tweet at him, or you can tweet at Joe, boom, at Joe Carbonetta. And then I'm in there somewhere, at Todd Fluker.
What do you mean you're in there somewhere? We don't have your graphic there, too?
I mean, I don't have it on hand.
Oh, that's...
I go to adjust Chevelle's.
That sounds
I
something
go
like intentional.
Like this, and I go boom, 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 and then I go boom.
Oh, are you making
boom,
these up
boom,
on the fly, Todd? Is that what you're doing?
Boom, boom.
Todd is making up graphics on the fly. I like that. At Todd Fluker for Around Midnight. Okay, so I guess we'll just dive right into this. That the sex scandals continue, and front and center in all this is still Senator Al Franken. He continues to.
He's front and center.
Yeah, he continues to dominate the most recent news. You know, he's come up with apology after apology in light of new allegations that keep coming up around him. And CJ, you had a prediction last week. You were saying that pretty soon we will be hearing about women committing these types of violations against other women. And while that hasn't happened yet, I guess it really does begin to seem like only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time.
What do you think? Somebody's gonna come at Ellen DeGeneres?
I don't know. I could see it happen. I think it'd be more likely if what was that other one's name? Brett had the construction worker show.
That would be interesting. You know,
Brett
Ellen
Butler?
If
Yeah,
you're
that one.
watching tonight, Ellen, why don't you give us a call? You can break the news right here on Around Midnight. We would like to know if you have
I would
ever
think it would be
experienced
like
that kind of
Rosie
harassment.
O'Donnell. I could see her doing that.
Her harassing Ellen
Yeah.
DeGeneres?
Rosie
Oh,
does have a new.
great.
Doesn't Rosie have a new show? They're like rebooting.
No, isn't it like the old show? They just
They're
they're trying to
rebooting?
breathe new life into it or something like that.
Come on,
Yeah.
that's how everything works.
But
I
fantastic.
feel harassed by her every time she's on the air.
Chevelle is now going to get us all sued by Rosie O'Donnell for some kind of
Slander.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, allegedly.
Allegedly.
I'm just
Nobody. I don't believe
I could
anybody.
allegedly see that
I
happening.
don't believe
allegedly.
anybody has alleged anything against Roseanne.
Well, no, I mean, people have gotten at Roseanne. She's an aggressive woman, but I don't think it's a sexual type thing. But I think one of the only
or
reasons
Rosie
you would
O'Donnell for
not
that
see.
matter. I don't
I
think
don't
it was-
know.
nobody's
Take your
alleged
pick.
anything yet.
Ask Tom
I think one of
Arnold
the only
about
reasons
that.
you
Oh.
wouldn't see that is because I think there is still such a strong, unified front amongst women for the cause of feminism.
You're saying that the sisterhood's going to keep it strong.
They're taking one for the team.
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you call it?
Yeah.
Yo, 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 yo!
Oh, he got the crickets.
That's.
Okay.
I mean, what else do you? What else can you say to that, Todd? Except the crickets. So yeah, the sex scandals continue. Certainly Hollywood is not the only place, because as we were just talking about Senator Al Franken. Obviously this has far-reaching repercussions. They're going in all directions, and I'm wondering how much bigger this can get. You know, somebody's actually filed a complaint against Ryan Seacrest. Because evidently he did something that somebody interpreted as inappropriate. Although, and I don't know the guy, I really know nothing about the circumstances. But come on, Ryan Seacrest. I just have a hard time. I'm not even a fan of Ryan Seacrest, and yet I'm having a hard time with the idea that he did something. This sounds like sour grapes to me. It
yeah,
really
he
does.
seems pretty squeaky clean.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm
He
really,
seems like he literally is working too hard to have harassed anyone.
have
He is
time to
never
notice.
not on TV.
or the radio or
Yeah,
someplace.
if he had done it, it would be on film,
Yeah.
and people would have seen it because he's never not on TV.
I mean, I have this image of this guy. Whenever it is that he actually does sleep, he still gets into like footed pajamas like little kids wear. You know, he might even have the hood that he puts over his head and kind of goes to sleep.
That's kind of how I see you, actually. When you sleep.
No, I see it more like one of those you see those like shirt and tie kind of pajamas where it's like silk pajamas, but it's like in the shape of like a tuxedo or something like that.
No, I don't see that at all with
Come
him.
on, like
That's
he's still,
because I'm seeing the
and he
red
still has a
plaid
microphone
two-piece.
like kind of held up to his mouth.
goes to sleep with a microphone.
Yeah, he's got like
Sid the Science Kid.
talks to himself.
what's that thing they say truckers get when they get the arms, the little hands that are stuck in position?
A carpal tunnel syndrome? Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
because their hands are here all the time, and their hands are kind of stuck like that.
Huh.
That's
Interesting.
what Ryan
Or
Seacrest has.
arthritis, maybe?
Oh,
Just
his
arthritis?
microphone.
The mic hand.
Huh.
It's never not here.
Yeah, well, so yeah, I mean, I'm
Mycanditis.
I'm
Mic
really
hand.
wondering. But when does it end at this point? Because it just seems like it's gone so far out
I
already.
think it's all going to come full circle, and they're going to start attacking cartoons for being.
Well, wait, didn't we have that
Yeah.
on last week's show?
Yeah,
Didn't they? It wasn't. Didn't a viewer send in something about Bugs Bunny and the sexual harassment stuff?
Yeah. I think there's probably going to be something crazy about the trolls or something.
The Smurfs. No, if you really want to be ironic, it would have to be like the Smurfs.
No, everybody was talking about Trolls, right? Because they had the Trolls special on tonight.
Uh-huh.
Trolls Christmas special live on CBS. Was it CBS?
NBC.
Whatever.
Not here is what it was.
Yeah, it's not live on this channel. Okay, well, so yeah, that's continuing to be an issue, and I guess we just continue to wait for the other shoe to drop. In unrelated news, it was again discussed earlier this week by still another medical journal, all the wonderful benefits of drinking coffee. And so that, you should
There's
drink
something going on. Nobody does
whole
this
pot.
much research about coffee.
You think the Colombians are getting together and actually they've got a lobby now just to push the coffee bean? Is that going to be your latest conspiracy cry?
I don't think it will be the Colombians, but I do believe Starbucks would definitely fund something like that.
They'd have something to say.
Starbucks, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, according to this latest research study that's been released, coffee does everything from extending your life or making it, or at least reducing the likelihood of early death, to actually being beneficial to your liver, to being evidently possibly reducing Alzheimer's, and the list goes on and
Come
on.
on,
They're actually saying that it lowers your risk for certain kinds of cancer.
I don't know if I believe it, man.
Yeah, I feel like when you say something like it prevents early death, what does that even mean?
According
Like you're supposed to die at 10:15, but you died at 10:14. Yeah, buddy.
No,
those extra
according-
7 cups over your lifetime. They
According
really pulled it out
to
for you.
several of these research studies, the most benefit is gained somewhere between the 30s and the 40s, and on up into the beginnings of your 50s, that it seems to lower the likelihood of premature death. They don't go into much more detail than that
Why?
in most of the...
You're awake, so you can't die in your sleep. I don't get it. I don't see it.
I don't understand
Maybe
exactly how it works.
It
but
keeps
this is
you
what
up
they're
so
saying.
you actually hit the gym. At
No, it doesn't make me go to the
you know
gym
what?
at
And
all.
there have been research studies that suggest that caffeine immediately before working out is beneficial as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So yet another reason to have more than 1 cup of coffee in the
If
morning.
I have too much coffee and I'm up at night, I'm hitting the joystick. I'm not hitting
I'm
the
going to
gym.
try not to
I
take
might
that out
play
of
a
context.
game. Well, yeah,
It's
there's
like,
that too.
What did he say?
I might be playing a game where I'm at the gym. I'm not actually going to be at a gym.
that would be interesting. But the Wii doesn't exist anymore, right? I mean, they pretty much phased that out. But
No,
yeah, how
that
come-
actually
how
required
come
too
there
much
wasn't,
physical
like,
exertion. I'm not even going to be doing
Wii
that.
workout, where you just kind of go into a virtual gym and do stuff.
That's what the Wii was all about when it first came out, right? They had the Wii bowling and the
whole Wii
other
Sports
Wii,
package.
yeah, Wii Sports,
The
Wii baseball.
It was like a,
They-
were they
I
like
threw
Wii
out
Sports
I
Club or
threw out
something
more
like that?
than one at shoulder.
Seriously, I
playing-
was about to say they somehow managed to make sports virtually non-exertion, and you're telling me you threw out a shoulder.
Many a television was replaced because of Wii Sports, man.
Yeah, those Wiimotes were flying. That's why they
Didn't they have a wrist strap that you were supposed to put
but
on?
nobody wears them.
Oh,
Nobody.
Oh,
That's
I see.
why they later came out with the little Wii condom that they were actually like sending out to people because there were so many stories about broken flat screens that they sent out this little like plastic sleeve you put on your Wiimote so that it won't crack things quite
I
as
could see
efficiently.
the headline. We bad. Oh, wait, Matt. I'm quick to use it on you guys. I gotta use it on myself once in a while
It's
too.
nice, even-handed.
Yeah, exactly. So what were we talking about? Because now I completely lost my train of thought.
I'm pretty sure we were talking about video games.
I
that
thought
sounded awesome to me.
we were talking about coffee, and somehow it spiraled into a discussion about video games.
So yeah, there's the new video game. The old Wii game has also become new again. Animal Crossing. That's the big mobile game right now.
Wait, this was a Wii game, Animal Crossing?
It was I believe it was maybe it was a GameCube game actually. So it was
Okay.
previously to the Wii. It was the Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah, that
But
was
yeah.
cute. That was a ways back.
That was also another kind of virtual game where you kind of do nothing.
Uh-huh.
You walk around your little town and fish and catch bugs and talk to your little animal townspeople.
Yeah.
And now it's a mobile game where you fish and talk to your little animal townspeople. And if you look at your Play Store, it's going to be the hottest thing on there.
Wouldn't it make more sense to simply go out and play a game for real?
It is
or go
dangerous in the
fishing
real world, man.
or anything else besides sitting there in front of that?
Have
Well,
you
number one,
ever
you can't do any of those things. Global warming, remember? It's a thing.
have you ever actually been fishing?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have.
It's so boring. In the game, you throw your reel out, and you immediately get a fish.
It's
and it
so
goes
unrealistic.
Tug, 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 and then you tap it, and you catch a fish.
And do what with it?
And then you give it to one of your animal townspeople, so they'll like you better.
So you're telling me this game is really a gigantic popularity contest? Don't they already have that in Facebook?
Oh yeah, yeah. Why do you think they're doing it? They're like, hey, Facebook's doing pretty well. Let's go ahead and make this with Nintendo people.
Okay.
So you get the same little, what do they call those Nintendo icon people?
The emoji, no,
Little ones you make.
not emojis, amiibos.
Such a
Amiibo?
weird name.
What is an amiibo?
That's the little figurine that they have for the little Nintendo games. That's usually like the character. Yeah, the me.
Yeah, is that
yeah,
what
the
it
little
is?
me's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the little guy where Nintendo takes a picture of you and it kind of makes a little
Makes you
guy out of your
Nintendo-y.
face.
That sounds frightening.
Gotta love technology.
A we, a me.
It all comes together.
Okay, well, speaking of things that all come together, and video games, as a matter of fact, there's also a study that's been released that is several years in the making, where scientists have been trying to figure out how it is that our brains are so different than any other animal on the planet in terms of getting happy. And as it turns out, the only thing that they have concluded so far in this research that they've been conducting is that our brains produce dopamines that no other animal, even our closest relatives, if you will, the great apes, don't do. So they don't experience pleasure, at least as far as the scientists know, they don't experience pleasure the way we do. Things don't make them happy. They don't get excited, and they don't get addicted to things like we do. Because, of course, dopamines are also responsible for addiction.
I don't know that I agree with that.
You don't.
I think that monkeys don't play video games because they can't make them. So they throw poop. And they laugh hysterically.
Because that's what they got on hand.
That's what they got.
That
They
would
throw
be
poop.
interesting research. You know what? We need to get some funding. Somebody needs to donate some funding to us so that we can actually place Todd side by side with a chimpanzee and a PlayStation and see how long it takes the chimpanzee to do better than Todd in the game.
Okay, but here's what you do not want to happen.
Okay.
What you do not want is a chimpanzee troll on a PlayStation. And if a chimpanzee starts losing and like goes chimpanzee on you, those things are wicked strong, man. And I'm not trying to be anywhere near a chimpanzee that's mad because it just got teabagged by Todd.
I think Todd would be willing to take on the experiment, though, in the name of science. Wouldn't you, Todd?
They go for the genitals first. That's the first order of business.
So all you need to do is wear like a steel cup and you'll be fine.
Again, chimpanzee strength, man. I don't know.
So wait, Todd, you would not be willing to try this experiment where you get to be locked in a room with a chimpanzee and just play PlayStation all day long?
Can't there be like a plexiglass between
Okay,
us?
well, yeah, maybe we could put some plexiglass between you. I don't know. But you'd still have to be able to see each other,
Yeah.
you know, and play the game together. But
Can really look him in the eyes and be like, "Ooh, in your face."
see, we need some funding. Give us a call, 951-356-6882, if you'd like to donate to this so that we can actually get this research investigation off the ground. Because, of course, the first thing we have to do is buy a chimpanzee.
Yeah, I might know a guy for that.
Oh.
Can't we rent one?
That would be a little bit more
Rent a monkey?
safe. Yeah.
Come on, don't they have monkeys all the time? They're always conducting boring things with them. A monkey would probably enjoy, a little hanging out, playing some PlayStation. They're not putting makeup on them or whatever it is they test on them normally.
Yeah.
So we just have some Some chimpanzee with like permanent lipstick sitting there playing PlayStation.
Okay. Well, with that thought in mind, we got to take a break already. It's amazing how fast the time goes when you're talking about apparently nothing. But this is Around Midnight, live for Friday, November the 24th, 2017. You got the local boys right here. Give us a call, 951-356-6882. That is if you're watching us tonight on Friday, November the 24th. You can still call the number Monday through Friday, and if somebody doesn't answer the phone right away, we'll leave a message and we'll certainly get right back to you. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll be back right after this. Okay, Malibu Film Festival and Santa Monica Film Festivals, films, charity events, and special programs continue to evolve in support of the arts in your community. And you can help by becoming a sponsor of Malibu Film Festival or Santa Monica Film Festivals. You can donate to the Malibu Film Festival at malibufilmfestival.com/donate. You can check out the Santa Monica Film Festival at smff.org. That's malibufilmfestival.com/donate or smff.org. And not so coincidentally, the Santa Monica Film Festival is coming up. That's going to be taking place December the 9th. So go on and check out their website at smff.org. You can get tickets there and find out all about the upcoming Santa Monica Film Festival. Okay, you've got the local boys right here on Around Midnight. Again, I'm Joe Carbonetta. I've got Chevelle Devine right over here and Todd Fluker. And we are live. If you're watching us Friday night, November the 24th, 2017, give us a call, 951-356-6882. Or you can write to us at mixify@gmail.com, or you can join the conversation that's going on the YouTube chat line right now. You can always tweet Todd at Todd Fluker, Chevelle at Chevelle Devine, or myself at Joe Carbonetta. All right.
Sorry, I'm pretty busy looking at chimps with lipstick.
Why?
Because, Chevelle was talking about it, and it sounded like a funny thing, so, you Google that, and there's a lot of stuff that comes up.
That kind of looks like that AI Sophia that we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Not all of them are chimps.
Looks a little creepy.
Some of them
Yeah,
are
I
orangutans.
agree. It is. What's really creepy is that somebody sat there to put lipstick on these things and take pictures of them.
I'm not sure if that's not Photoshopped some of the time.
I
mean, that one actually has it, putting it on it.
I'm wondering if Weinstein had something to do with this.
Cover girl.
Wow, should I play the crickets again?
Anyway.
I'm not putting my lips on that.
Oh, anyway, okay, all right. So, needless to say, we are past Thanksgiving, just a day out of Thanksgiving, and already we are getting bombarded with the Christmas music.
That started after Halloween.
Well, that's true. That's true. It really did. And there are, everywhere I go, there are places that are just decked out with Christmas lights, and they've been decked out with Christmas lights since almost the day after Halloween, like you said. So, and of course, now the Black Friday sales began, really, they didn't begin today, they began yesterday. In fact,
they began at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, Amazon was already touting Black Friday on Monday. So, I'm just kind of curious to know how you guys feel about all this. With Thanksgiving barely being over and we're now being blitzed by all things Christmas.
All things commercialism.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
I wonder I used to work retail. I used to work at Warehouse Music. And seriously, with a warehouse. And seriously, that place never closed. It was open every day of the year. Christmas Day was open. New Year's Day was open. Nobody came in, but we were open. The only time
Well, that's
anybody
why they're out
came
of
in-
business now.
Yeah, it probably is. We had a whole staff of teenagers in there, goofing around. But yeah, it's... I see these people talking about stores opening, they're closed Thanksgiving, but then they open up at midnight, sometimes even earlier, 8 p.m., 6 p.m. They're saying, hey, come on and do some shopping after you eat your turkey. And you think about how that kind of sucks for everybody that has to work those places. They don't get the day to spend with their family, a day when people are supposed to be thankful for everything they have. And I guess you got to be thankful to have a job in this day and age.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up. I was having a similar conversation with someone a couple of days ago, and they pointed out that a lot of people who work on these holidays do so willingly because they're collecting all the overtime that you get for working a holiday.
You get double time, yeah.
Well, and I
holiday,
imagine,
yeah.
if you're a full-time employee, you
Yeah.
get that, but as a part-time employee, I don't think you get those
Well, the
things.
laws have changed enough where if you work, I think, more than 30 hours, then you have to get the same benefits.
Well, that still is putting you pretty close to full-time at that point. But evidently there are a lot of people who do this willingly, and I mean, I guess I can understand the interest in making as much money as you possibly can.
And there are a lot of
Especially
people
this
who
time
just
of year.
don't have people to hang with. So why the heck not go get paid?
Okay, all right.
And there are some people who don't like people.
On the flip side of this is the commercialism.
You don't say, Chevelle.
I
There are people like that, you say?
there's at least one.
On the flip side of this is the commercialistic approach that most of these places have taken, that Todd was just alluding to. And so, I mean, where do we draw the line? It's easy to point fingers at the companies themselves and say, oh, bad company because you're making all these people work on the holidays. But the reality is they're only doing what the market is pushing them to do.
Because there was a time when they didn't.
Yeah, there are all these people who are waiting. There were news reports last evening of people that were camped out in front of locations like Best Buy for almost the entire week in anticipation of the Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know that that's. Yes, there were people there, but I don't think they're really there. Because I've heard the stories.
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah, I don't know where. Yeah, they
What's
were
that,
there, but they
where's
weren't
that
really
drop?
there.
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh wait,
Do I have to wait for this before I make my point?
Yes, you have to wait for it.
come
There you
on.
go.
The hell are you talking about?
There you go.
Okay, so you've heard about how.
So they were there, but they weren't really there. Go on.
Well, they're not real people, is what I'm. I hate you sometimes.
What did I say?
No, I'm talking about how they have where they basically they pay people to wear their clothes, shop in their stores. The tastemaker thing. Like, we're going to give you a whole bunch of free crap. You're talking about it, hype it up. If somebody's going to pay
they talk
you,
about that,
like,
like on social media,
Yeah.
like Instagram people who are like
it happens
tastemakers
all the time. Like, there's this, I don't even know how I came across it, but I was on YouTube watching something, and then I ended up on this, I guess there were these tastemakers, and it was this, like, 3 people living in this ginormous house, and they had all the latest everything. And this guy was going on and on about how awesome his gas grill was. And how everybody needed to have this gas. I only know one person who cares that much about gas grills.
about propane and
that's you.
propane accessories.
I don't care that much about
You
them.
care a lot about your gas grill.
You know what? I got to interrupt this for just a second because apparently we got a phone call, but I didn't hear a phone ring. Did you?
I thought I did hear something.
I heard something buzzing.
But it
You
shouldn't
broke
be
it.
buzzing. The phone should be ringing, and the phone was not ringing, and I don't understand why the phone wasn't ringing. But if you just call us back, because I don't know why we didn't get your call.
So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Like, at least one. If you get, it's one of those things where if 1 or 2 people shows up, then everybody else will just show up.
Breaking news.
Oh wait, I got to do that one now. Okay, there you go.
We have a headline here from Facebook. Breaking news, man in bear costume arrested for tearing apart tents of Black Friday campers.
I want to be that guy so bad.
Bear attack
I'm
on
surprised
Black
that
Friday.
wasn't you. That's pretty hilarious, actually. That's you know what, that one's as good as the other news stories that were coming out about this Black Friday thing. There were employees of some stores that were actually they were promising that they could get you into the store ahead of everybody else, that you could bypass the whole line. All you had to do was pay a ridiculous sum of money for one of their extra uniforms,
Wow.
so that you could get their uniform and then you could just walk in the door like an employee. Because apparently, the employees are allowed to go in ahead of everybody
and grab their particular things.
Yeah, the idea is no, it's just that you're reporting
supposed
for
to be
work.
working.
So they see
And your
somebody in
manager is
uniform.
that stupid that they're not going to know
Well,
that this guy.
I've never
that should
seen
be
this
wearing-
guy before.
This guy should be wearing like a triple X, and he's coming in with like a medium.
Exactly. See, and that's the thing. Somebody was saying, well, this would never work because all the employees recognize other employees. And I thought about that for a second, and I thought, that's a good cover. But the reality is, they hire an awful lot of temporary labor right about the holidays.
That's what I was just about to say.
How many
I
times
think
do you
there might
see new
be.
faces that pop up at your local Target or whatever? You've never seen them before,
Yeah, that could
and you'll
certainly
never
be.
see them again. But they show up in a uniform. They're probably going to get let in the store.
Yeah, you're like, they might have hired somebody today that they might not know.
Yeah.
As long as you're not walking past head of HR or whoever does all the interviews, then you should probably be good.
Wow. Well, evidently there were people trying to do that, and so that there were.
Did it work?
You know what? They did not say. The reports do not indicate that anyone was or was not successful, but only that the postings were there for about
Was this
3
like on
different
Craigslist or
locations.
something?
They were on various websites, more than just one.
I gotta do that.
I got it.
But
I'd be like, just show up at the door and I'll hand it off to you. And I'm not even gonna live in Austin, Texas. But you go ahead and you show up.
Well, I got an interesting article here. It says from the Business Insider. It's these are the most popular items sold online for Black Friday so far, according to the data. So it has a nice little list here of all the hottest toys. So everybody out there with kids, or even bigger kids.
Well, like,
Chevelle.
why don't you read off a couple of the items that are on the list?
Yeah, they actually took the numbers and crunched it up from all the online retailers.
Okay.
And the number one item, apparently, that everyone wants is Apple AirPods. That's those those like
The
wireless
headphones, the wireless
earbuds.
Yeah,
Bluetooth
yeah.
headphones.
The ones that are so small, if you sneeze, you'll probably lose one
Yeah.
as it falls out of your ear.
Or lose one in your inner ear.
Oh, there you go. There's a possibility, too.
Or the some of these items I don't even know. PJ masks?
Oh, that's a cartoon.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a children's cartoon.
I gotta
And
search for
the
this, see
idea
what a PJ
behind
mask
it,
is.
the premise is that these little kids,
Oh, those guys.
yeah, they fight crime at night, and so their pajamas are actually their superhero costumes.
I see.
That looks like my kid.
That is my
But
kid.
mine would be a super villain, though.
All right, so give me another one.
And then, there's some interesting stuff. Some stuff you would see coming, like the Nintendo Switch, the new Xbox One X, the newest Pokemon game, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Here's something that I'm noticing. There's a pattern here. These are all very, very expensive items.
They're relatively. The PJ Masks
So-
thing that could be, not-
Who compiled this list exactly? Was it retailers that made this list?
This
Exactly.
says Adobe Analytics crunched the data measuring 80% of all online sales figures from the 100 largest U.S. retailers. So then, there's something here called LOL Surprise. I don't even know what that is.
I haven't got a clue either.
And
You probably
there's
might not want to click on that one.
Hatchimals,
I don't know.
Collectibles. I thought
okay,
those
let's-
Hatchimals.
That's way gimmicky.
Let's not give out all the information. If everybody wants to know what this stuff is, they can go and research it themselves, of course. But
What's a hatch? I feel like I heard about those Hatchimals? Isn't that crazy
Comes in an
little
egg.
toy? Yeah, that pops out of an egg on its own, but everyone was complaining about it because it didn't really work right. It's like
See,
an
I'm
ultra expensive
I'm very much
toy.
the wrong person to have this conversation with. I have one huge problem whenever I go shopping.
you don't want to spend any money.
Is spending money.
That is not a huge problem. I'm actually very comfortable with that.
Oh, okay. So what's the huge
My
problem?
huge problem is when I do go spend money, I only want to spend it on stuff I like.
Yeah.
So everybody
So
always
I
gets
want-
something that I like.
I want to go back to this Hatchimals thing for a minute, because once it hatches, then what? Then your kid
You
tosses
throw it away and you buy another
Yeah, I was
one.
gonna say, then your kid tosses it in, in
That sounds
like
like
a corner
perfect
of a room and
marketing
never.
plan if you're running the company.
Yeah, it does, actually.
I'm not seeing. This is something I would never buy for my kid, because he would use it once and then never look at it again.
That's everything I buy for my
Like,
kid.
Why don't you go play with your Hatchimal? Because it hatched already, and it doesn't do anything anymore. But can we get another one? No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. I'm really getting to a point where I kind of want to just go super old school with the old Tonka truck or something like that, and just like I kind of want the electricity to go off at my house so I don't have to deal with electronics anymore.
you were grumbling about that earlier today when you were saying
I'm
you
just
just didn't bother to pay
so-
your electric bill.
I'm so tired of all of the like, you ever have that day where you don't have Wi-Fi, or you're just out of a place, or when you go camping and you do literally unplug? Those days are freaking awesome. Like, they drive you nuts for the first hour maybe, but after that you start
then
to
they get bored and fall
recognize-
asleep.
yeah, but you actually get sleep,
Okay.
and you just you start to recognize that there's actually a world out there, and you start to see all the other zombies. I mean, these electronics have literally turned us into the Walking Dead.
Okay.
Ooh, so deep. I'm gonna tweet that.
Speaking of things that
At
were
Todd
tweeted,
Fluker.
we had a running discussion on Twitter earlier this week about which pie we should, what type of pie we should use to put in Chevelle's face. And the discussion had gotten started because somebody was interested in a sweet potato pie. And Todd, apparently you don't like those.
They're gross. Yo.
They are one of the top 3 pies on my pie.
Well, that's good news for you, because
your pie
apparently
chart?
in the discussion
on my
it was
pie
determined
chart.
that a sweet potato pie was the one that we should put in your face. However,
I don't
can't
know
do
that
it.
I would mind that.
I can't do it because I can't waste the sweet potato pie. I want to eat some of that sweet potato pie. Todd is the only one in this group that does not like them for some reason.
They're
I don't
delicious.
dislike them, but if it's between a sweet potato pie and a pumpkin pie, I'm gonna
Sweet
tear
potato
up that
all
pumpkin
day.
pie.
I see them both as being equally delicious in their own ways. And so if you put 2 of them in front, one of each, then I'd have to have a slice of one of each.
I would do sweet potato over pumpkin anytime.
That's interesting.
I will pass on pumpkin pie.
And
I
just
don't
not
pass
have,
on food.
Yeah,
I'll just
I was gonna
not
say
have
you will just not
pumpkin
have
pie.
That's
any
a,
pie.
See, that's a lie. That's a
No.
lie, because you would not pass up the pumpkin. You would eat the sweet potato pie
I
first,
have-
but you would not pass up the pumpkin pie.
I would, and I have passed up on pumpkin pie. And every once in a while, I'll pass on sweet potato. And part of the reason why I love sweet potato pie is because most of the sweet potato pies I've eaten in my life are homemade.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, was it a pumpkin pie you made with twigs in it or something?
No, it was not. But most of the pumpkin pies I've eaten have always been some store-bought crap.
By the way, Kelly got back to us on that Hatchimal thing and said that it only hatches once.
That's unacceptable.
So then what do you do with it afterward? I mean,
Then you have a terrible toy.
it makes no sense to me at all.
No, if you really want to get a toy like that,
you
what you do is you get a Hatchimal that never hatches.
You can, well, that's easy enough. You just take the thing, put it back in the egg, and put some super glue around it, and it's never going to hatch.
Yeah, I would pass on pumpkin pie. I have passed on pumpkin pie. If it's something somebody made, I will give it a shot. But otherwise, sweet potato any day of the week.
Okay. All right. Well, so
Every day of the week.
You could just go into the yard and BYO twigs.
somebody's also laughing at the possible idea that you would pass up any food.
Yeah, I mean, sweet potato is one of those things on that list. The top 3 pies will be sweet potato, pecan, and bean.
You had me right up until you said bean.
A good bean pie, bro, I'm telling you.
I mean, I could.
Oh, my goodness.
I
it's
can
so
get behind
delicious.
the pecan.
What
but-
kind of bean is a bean pie made
Typically a white bean, navy bean.
But is it a sweet pie? Or
Oh, yeah.
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean,
I don't know.
Wait, now my interest is back.
Some people make them really sweet. The first one I made, I think I made too sweet.
Uh-huh.
The next one I made after that wasn't quite as sweet.
I think we got a telephone call coming in, guys.
But pecan pie,
Let's see if we can actually get our
that's
caller
where the action
on the
is.
air. Good evening, caller. How you doing tonight?
Hello?
Hello.
Guess who?
You got to turn down your computer because we can hear ourselves in the background.
You know I'm slow.
Oh, this is Anastasia Beaverhausen, isn't it?
Boober, what's it? Bahoozy, what's it?
Oh, and you know what? Before we go any further, I got to say we have to throw props to Kelly again for sending us that awesome cake. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. I'm getting a piece of this one.
About
No,
that.
was it the cake I gave Todd yesterday?
What?
Wait, you
Is
made a
it the
cake?
cake I gave Todd yesterday?
Which cake?
I gave
She broke the internet.
Wow.
Oh, she cut out. She got so mad.
She got so mad she hung up on you. Check that out. Well, okay, so we lost the call. If you have a chance, give us a call back again. In the meantime, we got to take a break, and we'll be back right after this. Wow, Todd, how'd you manage to make all the callers angry enough to hang up the phone?
Oh.
Well, yeah, those are only calling. You got her to hang up the
Yeah.
phone. All right,
You're both correct in your response.
we'll be back right after this. Okay, Malibu Film Festival and Santa Monica Film Festival's films, charity events, and special programs continue to evolve in support of the arts in your community. And you can help by becoming sponsors of the Malibu Film Festival or Santa Monica Film Festivals. You can donate to the Malibu Film Festival at malibufilmfestival.com/donate. That's malibufilmfestival.com/donate, or the Santa Monica Film Festival at smff.org. Not so coincidentally, the Santa Monica Film Festival is about to begin, and you can check out all the films that will be featured there. You can purchase tickets, and you can donate at smff.org. That's coming up December the 9th, 2017. Once again, smff.org. Check them out. All right, we are back right here on Around Midnight with the local boys. I'm Joe Carbonetta. Got Todd Fluker, Chevelle Devine, and I think we have Anastasia Beaverhausen back. Let's see if we can get her on the phone. Hey, Anastasia, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Anastasia Beaverhausen.
All right. Well, we're sorry that Todd made you so angry that you had to hang up the phone on
The Chargers
him.
are rocking this weekend. The Chargers were playing the Cowboys, and they kicked butt.
Is that right? I don't know. I haven't been watching the NFL.
I'm guessing you're a big Chargers fan.
That's my second team.
Your second team. What's your first team?
Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And I wanted to talk to Todd about cake and pie.
cake and pie. So,
Yes, I hooked him up yesterday.
so which pie would you prefer, Anastasia? Pumpkin or sweet potato?
Pumpkin.
Oh, God.
There you
With
go.
cream.
Boom. This poll is starting to lean towards pumpkin.
Nobody's
Yeah, I'm pumpkin with whipped cream.
Yeah, you put a
Real
little
whipped cream.
whipped cream on there. You got some good eating.
Nah, sweet
That's
potato with
what I
vanilla
said.
ice cream, like some real vanilla ice cream.
And then, yeah, we can do vanilla ice cream on the side. And then warm pumpkin pie. And Chevelle, you need to wash your hair or comb it or something.
Dang, really? It's like that
I
now?
did wash it and comb it. That's the problem. It's super poofy, but it's so soft. He's so soft. You wanna
Yeah,
touch it?
you didn't.
No, I don't wanna touch it.
Or like, I've had to give you a pick. So you
I
can
have
pick it
one
out.
in the car.
I-
well, the thing is, the headphones
'Cause
won't
it's
fit over it.
cute.
Actually, maybe
It's
if I
cute.
stretch
You
it
just
out.
need to pick it out.
I got in trouble for making some cracks about that earlier today too. But although Todd took it to another level. You got to turn down your computer there. We are.
I did. You guys, I did. Hold on. I did. Hold up. Slow your roll,
Okay.
Tigers.
All right, there you go. Now, I don't know. See, now I got the
Yeah, it's too late. You already have the divot in
Wait.
there. It's
Oh, wow.
it's totally too late.
Hey, wait. No, it's not.
He's
It's
still
not too
trying
late
to
for
touch my head.
anything. What about that?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that sounds better. We
Yeah, I
don't.
just look at Todd's finger, Mom.
Wait, you have your mom
Yeah.
there with us.
Put your finger in his hair.
You have your mom watching the show also,
Hello.
Anastasia.
Okay, see, this gets back to the first
Yes.
segment talking about harassment.
That's Anastasia Senior.
Oh, okay.
Put your finger in it.
And I didn't know you hung out with Todd, Anastasia. That's interesting.
So wait,
Put
you
your finger in
guys,
it.
Yes.
what did Kelly make? I'm jelly.
What?
What
You're
did
delicious.
she
jelly.
make? I'm jelly. What did she make? Because I know you had Thanksgiving dinner today, and Todd had leftovers because I hooked him up.
Yeah, I'm having 3 Thanksgiving dinners.
But so
That's what I'm
Todd,
saying.
Todd, you want to enlighten her on what it was that
Possibly.
Kelly?
Okay, and then Chevelle, you had some lint in your hair too. Sweetness.
No, that's just my hair.
No, you had some lint on the left side.
Well, see, he needs to start using more fabric softener up there in his hair.
Fabric
Or,
softener.
like rub your head with a bounce thing or something. You know.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What?
You are
lint
so
in your hair,
racist
Todd?
and
You don't-
insensitive to my cultural expression.
But
No,
that
I
would
like
work
it.
pretty well,
Trust
right?
me.
It probably would work, yeah.
Yeah, get one of those
My
bounce.
dad had the same hair.
I gotta chew on like
Our
a
father
fabric
had
softener.
the same hair.
Get one of those bounce sheets.
Our
Just rub it on there. It'll catch all the lint.
See, there
Just
you
walk
go.
around with it in my pocket.
No more static cling, no nothing.
Yeah, it is. It's,
Okay,
it's
so
getting
we're
big,
all
man.
going to go and represent in Santa Monica and the state of Beaverhausen.
You're going to go to the
Well,
Santa
you guys
Monica
got
Film
all
Festival. Is
quiet
that
on
what you
me.
say? It's like
I was just looking at
We have to
Chevelle's.
represent.
Chevelle's hair. Somehow he made it worse.
he did actually. That's kind of amusing.
I like
Now,
it.
now it
Phyllis
appears
says you
his
look
hair
like,
is growing over the
Maxwell.
headphone.
No, I see. I keep thinking it looks like that movie that Denzel did where his son was a basketball
Well,
player.
It's more like
And he was
Max
next to
Nowell.
Yeah.
Anastasia, she says you look like Maxwell.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
He did
Are you
cut his
talking
hair.
about yourself in the third person now?
Oh, wait, no, there was that. I think that was his
No! I have
second
somebody
album
in the
where
room
he
with
had
me.
his hair all over his head.
Okay,
gotta look it
we
up.
can talk about some shit now. We went from pie to hair. Now we can talk about
What did you have?
Well-
the Chargers did very well, which was against the Cowboys, which was rocking.
Yeah, how did
Now
they beat
let's
the
talk about-
Cowboys? I thought the Cowboys were supposed to be pretty good this year.
They were supposed to be pretty good
sure
last
you
year
know
too,
the
but they didn't
Chargers,
win.
They love LA. They just have a good spirit, and they're just like kicking butt.
Yeah, they're starting to get in their groove.
Yeah, they are because they're picking on LA.
So let me
I
ask
guess
you
they
this:
weren't like
since
in
we're
San
talking about
Diego.
football, I don't know if we had this on our agenda at all, but what's your feelings on the whole Kaepernick situation?
The what situation?
Kaepernick.
You know that
Oh,
guy that
Pumpernickel?
got down on a knee.
Pumpernickel.
I call him Pumpernickel. I call him Pumpernickel.
That's funny.
You know what? It is what it is. He was showing his spirit, and I am not mad at him. Just keep doing what you're doing, and
What team did he
Whatever, I
play
mean-
for?
He was quarterback for the
he
49ers,
49ers.
Hmm.
and he did
And
not
they
get his
he
contract
86'd
renewed.
him.
He has mad talent.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
why is it seems like a lot of players have been protesting. Why has he been singled out and like his contract not renewed?
Oh, because he's the one that started it all.
But he's probably the most high profile of the players that were doing it.
But then, yeah, if they're firing
Right.
people who
And then
protest,
everybody else
it
jumps on
seems
the
like they would be
bandwagon.
firing everyone.
Not well. I don't know.
Well,
I think
It's called
his-
cutting off the head of the snake.
Part
Todd.
of it. Part of
But
it
it
was
didn't
I
do
think
it.
his
It didn't do the
contract
job.
was up, so they just didn't renew it,
Yeah.
and then nobody else picked him up.
Well, of course, if you
the
if
other ones,
you-
they still have him under contract, and you're never going to see the NFL just cut money off in mass numbers like that.
Yeah, but
They
the other
won't
thing
do
is
it.
that if you take the NFL at their word, the reason that they refused to renew his contract was because he wasn't playing very well. So
No,
there is
Well,
always that
Joseph,
side of it.
You
He's
could
playing
say that.
very well.
You could say that, but he is still better than a huge percentage of the quarterbacks in the league. Way better than most.
Exactly.
Way better than most of them.
Yeah, and there aren't
So he will get another job. He will definitely get another job.
I don't think he will.
and there aren't
He's
as
missed
many
a whole season.
as
so-
many
Well,
black
because
quarterbacks in the entire
I think
league.
he will pick up another job.
Well, now here's the thing, because if Mike Vick can come back,
Yeah,
I mean, the dude was killing dogs in his backyard.
people were pretty upset with him.
Pumpernickel did not do
And
that.
Okay, well, he was sponsoring it.
What? No,
Well, see,
no,
that's
not
another
Pumpernickel.
job. So Kaepernick, he's going to get another job.
Yeah,
I mean,
is
he's a
his
great
name just
player.
evolving through this
It
conversation?
appears to be. But you know that actually gets back to another argument that I've made historically, and that is that people care more about animals than they do about people. Because he's actually
Well, now,
standing
if
up
that
for people.
were if that were the
It's all
case, then he
politics.
wouldn't be getting back in the
Trust me,
NFL.
it's all politics.
I don't know. Huh?
You're saying if people care more about animals than they do about people, then this guy wouldn't be making a comeback after killing
and
all
he
those
hasn't.
dogs.
He hasn't. Vic, the only reason
No,
he wasn't
it's
playing in the
all
NFL is because he was in
politics.
prison.
You're not listening.
Well,
I
and
said
that's what I'm
politics.
saying. You're saying now that he's out of prison, he's going to make it back into
He
the
is.
NFL. Well,
Yeah,
so
Vic-
people
Vic
don't
went
care.
back.
He's
So
playing.
people don't care that much about animals then, because he was the one that was killing animals, killing
But
dogs in his
Kaepernick
backyard.
didn't have to go to jail.
Not
They just
Pumpernickel,
gave him the
no,
boot.
that was not him. He was not about.
Join the
he's
con.
all
Wait,
about-
no. We dragged another name into this, Anastasia. We're talking about Michael Vick, and he's the one that was killing dogs in his backyard. But he's made a
Right,
comeback into the
exactly.
NFL.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying
You're
is that
wrong.
Chevelle is wrong in arguing that people care more about animals. If people cared more about animals, they wouldn't accept Michael Vick back into the NFL.
No,
You're
I'm
right.
saying the fact that they have not brought Kaepernick back means that they care less about
That's a
people.
whole different story. That's a whole different situation.
Your
He wasn't
logic is
killing
all
dogs
messed up
and
there, my
fighting
friend.
Yeah, you're
dogs in
probably
his
right.
backyard.
It's late.
He
I'm
just stood up
tired.
and kneeled down for what he felt was right. That's different from killing dogs
Well,
and dog fighting.
No, and my position on this is like I'm not mad at the NFL for not having him play, and I'm not mad at Kaepernick for standing by his guns. I don't think the NFL should be forced to let the guy play. I do think the NFL is going to have to come to some kind of reckoning at some point, though, because I don't think they can keep going down this same line.
No, you only had there was only like I think 2 situations that was a dog fight thing. But that was a different situation that he stood up for what he felt.
Yeah.
That's totally different.
And I feel like the
Mr.
whole
Hare
situation
doesn't
was
start going.
dying down with Kaepernick, but then Trump is going in there and throwing gasoline on the fire.
Well, but
that
he's
was
only
after
doing that.
GQ made him Man of the Year.
Yeah, he's only doing that so that he
Because
can,
he's a jack, but
distract attention
I don't
from
wanna
all of the
cuss
stuff
on
that
air,
he's
but-
doing wrong. That's a classic bait and switch kind of thing right there.
Classic Trump.
Yeah, But Anastasia, it's interesting that we have you on the line. Your calling time is very fortuitous because the last topic we were going to discuss this evening was a recent revelation that after a survey of about 20,000 cases, it's been determined that women are less likely than men to receive CPR in the event of a sudden cardiac arrest in a public place. According to the research that was conducted, out of these 20,000 cases, only 39% of women were likely to receive CPR from a stranger, whereas more than 45% of men would get or did, in fact, get CPR.
Okay, then you do the math. Think about it.
Think
They
about
probably even
what?
fake it.
What?
They probably fake it.
Fake
They
what?
just-
What?
What the hell are you talking about?
Fake it? No,
They're faking it 'cause they want a job from a female.
Yeah,
no.
Women are faking it like they fake orgasms. Right, guys?
They do that too.
No. What the survey said was that
do.
if a man and a woman were in public and both of them had a sudden cardiac arrest, okay, basically you have a heart attack, the man is 45% of the time a stranger's going to come up and give him CPR. For a woman, only 39% of the time would somebody come up and give her CPR. Women are less likely to get CPR in a public place in the event of a heart attack than men are.
They're probably faking it.
That's what I heard.
No. You know what? We live in a society that's very superficial.
Well, Okay,
superficial.
so you're saying that she was ugly, and
Don't
that's why
crack her
nobody
head.
wanted to help her out because
Don't
she was
crack her
ugly?
head.
Is that what you're saying? Because
Perhaps because
I-
we live in a superficial society.
well, no. See, apparently the researchers concluded that the likeliest reason that women are less likely to receive CPR in that instance is because most of the bystanders are male, and they don't want to end up in the liability for having to remove her
Which I
shirt
understand. That makes sense.
and touch a woman's breasts in the process of trying to resuscitate.
Well, when you give CPR, you're not touching their breasts. Come on.
Oh wait,
now.
you're not?
Wait, why are you taking off their shirt?
No, when you get CPR, you're just like puckering their lips.
Well, you would
don't
have to.
touch their breasts and their butt and all that stuff.
You
Come
would,
on now.
you would have to
Yeah, if you're touching her
remove.
butt, you're definitely
No,
doing
you
it
would
wrong.
have to remove
You're
their
going way
clothing
too far
in order
for
to
you guys.
attach an an automatic external
defibrillator?
defibrillator. Yeah, one of those that's around someplace, so that you could actually do the full resuscitation if necessary. And even if you don't end up having to shock a patient, generally when somebody goes into cardiac arrest in a public place like that, they'll bring the AED over, and you do attach that to the patient because it can then monitor their heart and advise whether they need the shock or whether to just continue with the CPR.
That seems strange because if somebody's busting out with this device, that seems like that should be a person who is trained to use it, and they shouldn't be, discriminating whether it's a man or a woman.
But those devices are found in like some restaurants and whatnot. They just keep them on hand.
And they
as part
should
of their
have a
CPR
person on
package.
staff who is trained to use
Come on.
it.
You've been through these trainings, Todd. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You know how
It's
that
not,
goes.
you can go to the Red Cross and get certified relatively cheap.
Yeah, but I think the average person, yes, they might not. They're I would never dream of taking a woman's shirt off to give her CPR.
You would never dream of it, Todd.
I would.
Why would you do that? That's CPR. It's not in her belly button.
I would only dream. I mean, I would
Anastasia talking
never
to us or
dream of-
somebody else?
No, she's clearly talking to somebody
Yeah,
else.
I mean, Anastasia, who are you talking to?
No, Anastasia, okay. Her sidekick says Todd looks like French Montana. Turn that off, Mom. French Montana's hot.
All right, we're
Yeah,
all
you
getting
got-
musical
yeah, compliment.
monikers now.
Great.
French Montana. Yeah, see, I would think it'd definitely be because of the fear of getting sued or something like that. And then that label, that sexual harassment label,
Yeah,
is one that does
seriously,
not go
I'm
away.
thinking that this whole Weinstein and everything else that's gone on, this is not going to do women any favors. Your best bet is to not have a heart attack in public.
You're not giving CPR to a belly button. You're doing it to their mouth.
You're doing CPR to their mouth. No, that's rescue breathing. That's different than CPR. CPR
Well,
is the chest compressions.
I think a lot of people aren't up
Yeah,
on
and
their
it's
on their
between their
rescue,
boobs. It's not both of them.
behaviors. Like I did actually just go to that walk I did, that heart walk I went to. That
one.
Red Cross had a booth there, and they actually said when you're doing CPR on someone for a situation like that, breaths don't actually. That's not actually part of their standard operating
no, they no
procedure
longer
anymore.
recommend the rescue breaths
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, it's only chest compressions.
And that's the reason that they have taken the rescue breathing out of it is because so many people were concerned about the idea of communicable diseases. And so the Red Cross reasoned we are more likely to get people to actually do CPR if we tell them you don't have to put your mouth on somebody else's mouth.
Well, that seems strange. Yeah, if they're just concerned about diseases, but it is actually more beneficial to the person to give them the breath, that seems very strange that they would take it out.
Well, because
But they now also have that little thing you put on their face.
it's-
and you
yeah,
kiss
the
their
little
breast like
puffer.
that.
it's more beneficial for somebody to do the chest compressions than for somebody
Than
to just
to do
stand there and
nothing.
watch you die. Yeah. But so that was the logic behind that. Anyway, all right. Unfortunately, we have now run out of time, and we actually have to say goodnight. So, Anastasia, thank you so much for your call this evening. And
Thank you. You're welcome, you guys.
thank your mother too for watching the show tonight.
Show.
And we will talk to you hopefully again next Friday night. Okay.
Of course.
All right. Thanks.
Anastasia, be proud and signing off.
Have a good night.
Love you guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, this has been another exciting episode of Around Midnight.
There you go with the lies again.
I know. I thought this was pretty good.
All right.
It livened up at the end anyway. Needless to say, we will be back next Friday night. And, of course, we'll be live again. But you can check us out anytime. If you missed the show right now. If you came in on the tail end or something, check us out. All of our shows are up there on YouTube. Like us, share us.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Exactly. Follow us, tweet us, do all kinds of stuff. Shoot Chevelle a line, an email, something.
Shoot him a tweet.
Look, man, not a good thing to say after the Kaepernick discussion, bro.
Shoot him all the tweets.
What did you do to your hair now? It's
I'm doing like the
mowed down in the front. Now you've got
doing
like
the-
an airfoil thing going.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, all right. For Chevelle Devine, Todd Fluker, myself, Joe Carbonetta, and all of the Mixified crew and staff.
Okay, disclaimer.
Yep. It's time for us to get on out of here. We're gonna give you the last little disclaimer, but just wanted to remind you all to don't drink and drive, especially around the holidays. Slow down and above all, keep it Mixified. We'll be back next Friday night. Oh wait, but yeah, let's do that disclaimer. Okay.
I just reminded you.
The views and opinions expressed on the show are solely those of
Do
the
we need
hosts.
to do a disclaimer for the disclaimer?
And do not necessarily reflect or represent those of Mixified, its producers, staff, or sponsors. All materials contained within the show are for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered advice or instruction of any kind. Except for don't drink and drive.
Those are definitely instructions.
Yeah, that's it. Keep it Mixified. All right, now we're out. We'll see you next Friday night.
Catch you on the flip